Much of it is about stories. Yeah, that, you know, since I was a kid, I was extremely concerned, especially about the issue of war. I live in Israel, I live in the Middle East, there is constantly war, and you want to know why there are so many wars in the world. And many people tell you that people fight, humans fight, for the same reasons that other animals fight. It's just natural. You fight over territory, you fight over food, the same way that chimpanzees and wolves and lions fight. And it took me many years of researching history to understand this is just not true. Humans don't fight over territory and food. They fight over imaginary stories in their minds. If I look at the present terrible conflict tearing apart my region of the world, it's not really about territory, not objectively. There is enough land between the Mediterranean and the Jordan River to build houses and schools and hospitals for everybody. There is no objective shortage of land. And similarly, there is no objective shortage of food. There is enough food to feed everybody. And this is true of other conflicts in the world. You look at the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Russia doesn't lack territory. The last thing they need is more land. And so why do they fight? People fight over the stories in their mind. Like I work in Jerusalem, in the Hebrew University, and you know it's one of the most fought over places in human history. It's hard to understand why. It's not such a great place. You know, I mean, it's a very ordinary place. You walk around, it's just, you know, you have stones and trees and cats and pigeons and people, just like any other place.
I mean, it's on the water, the land is pretty good.
The land is not good. You can grow olives or something. There are no oil fields. There are no gold mines. Nothing. But in their imagination, people think, oh, this is not a stone. This is a holy stone. This is not just any place. It's full of angels and gods and saints and prophets. And they fight over this. You know, my husband just went 2 days ago here to the Apple store and bought these new Apple glasses.
You let him do that? Seriously? It's the beginning of the end of your relationship, obviously.
Well, that's one prediction that we'll see what will happen with it. But, you know, people invented it thousands of years ago, this technology. You know, like they just call it a different name. It's the Holy Book. Like you walk around Jerusalem with this holy book, and you see it's full of the augmented reality of angels and gods, and this is what people fight over. I just read a couple of weeks ago a book that Sari Nusseibeh, a Palestinian philosopher, wrote a couple of years ago, and he said that you know, in context of the fight over Temple Mount, and the Dome of the Rock, and the Holy Rock on the Dome of the Rock, under the Dome of the Rock. And he wrote that Jews and Muslims, armed with nuclear weapons, are about to commit one of the worst massacres of human beings ever over a rock. Over a rock. And it's absolutely true. I listened to our Prime Minister Netanyahu, and he says this is the Sela Kiyumenu, the rock of our existence. And of course, the rock is just a rock. But the stories that we tell about it make it so important that people are willing to kill and be killed in millions.
So structurally,